What's up, YouTube? It's your girl T here to give you your dose of some positivity. And today's topic is going to be about balance. And honestly, I am not a pro at this. I am not the best person to be talking about balance, but I do deal or juggle with a lot of things week to week. Like everybody who knows me knows I'm always busy. As I say, I'm productive with my time. That's what I call it. But I just want to share some ways that I cope with dealing with so many things. And so before I do that, I just want to give you a background of basically the things that I deal with on a weekly basis. So I'm currently a full-time student at the University of the Bahamas, where I study banking, finance, and Spanish, and I take 5 classes or 6 classes for the most part during the semesters. I also serve as a student leader. So I'm a senator for the Student Government Association. I'm a senator for my school. That's a very, very demanding role. I also work part-time, and sometimes I have work on the days that I have schoolwork, well, classes I should say. And then I also tutor. I tutor 3 different students, and I'm also a brand ambassador for a skincare company called Perfect Tune. I also like to do photo shoots and fashion shows and things of that sort. I also like to speak to different, whatever people call me for, I'm usually always there, like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it, you know. I'm usually just struggling with a lot. Too much sometimes. And so I just want to give you some tips or some things that I do to help myself cope with the stress or the pressure of so many different things going on, or so many different things, having so many different things on your plate. And so I just want to share before I begin 3 things that kind of could help you to keep your sanity during everything. 1, it's okay to say no. 2, it's okay to take a step back. And 3, it's okay if you can't handle everything. You know how they like to say, oh, you could have it all, you could do it all. It's okay if you feel like you can't do it all. It's okay. It's really okay. And so I just want to share with you, a situation that I faced during the same week, because I was supposed to record my YouTube video from last week, but it was my birthday week, and then a part of it being my birthday week, it was also midterm break week. And even though I thought that this week was going to be a smooth one, and I thought that midterm break would be cool, my birthday week would be great, I would get to relax, I would get to just enjoy life, it was not. That was not the case, y'all. I was stressed. I had so much things to do. I was like, whoa, I wasn't ready for this. Take a step back, slow this down, Honestly, it was stressful. I was struggling with too much, and I had to take a step back from so many things I didn't even think that I would need to take a step back from. I had to take a step back from SGA at one point. I even had to take a step back from my job, and if you know me, you know I love to work. I'm a workaholic, but even at one point when my boss had asked me, she's like, can you work on Friday? And I'm like, I really can't. Because I had made plans on Friday. I was like, okay, it's my birthday weekend, I'm gonna go to the pool. I had made plans. I had to say no, because I know within myself, I don't ever give myself a chance to take a break. And so I was looking forward to my birthday weekend or midterm break weekend, which really wasn't a break. I was looking forward to that, to recharge, to relax, and it wasn't what I thought it would have been. And so I just want to give you some tips on how to cope, because I am honestly still juggling with balancing as well. But for some reason, a lot of people say, oh, you do it well. You always so happy, you always so bubbly. Right now I'm tired because it's late in the night when I'm recording this. But bear with me, y'all, bear with me. I'm just a little tired, just a little. But yeah, so it's been rough. I've had friends tell me, girl, you sound tired, girl, you need to get some rest, because everybody who knows me knows I'm always hyper, I'm always excited, I'm always smiling, I'm always bubbly. So if you ever hear like my level, because my level is normally up here, if you ever hear my level down here, then you know something little, Tiasha probably stressed out. And so sometimes my friends just can notice it before I even notice it. Sometimes I think I'm fine, I'm like, everything good, and they're like, Tiasha, you sound tired, and I'm like, for real, I do, my bad. But honestly, so let's just get right into the tips. And so tip number 1 would be to budget your time wisely. Now I know this goes without saying, everybody always say, oh yeah, budget your time wisely, time management skills are important. Truly, trust me, it is. You have to plan. As much as you may say, oh, I don't want to live a life that's so strategic or so routine, but trust me, if you have a lot going on, you gotta plan, because you need to be able to see those windows where you are available and when you are not available. Because if you were to cross windows, you may end up being frustrated trying to juggle 2 things at the same time. Now that's where things get extra crazy, when you have multiple events happening at the same time. And that has happened to me many times. And so tip number 2, And this kind of helps you as well. You have to weigh out the consequences, or like, you know, do like a trade-off. Like, okay, if I sacrifice my time to go to this, how would this affect that? Like, what matters most? And that's another tip as well. You know, be mindful of what's most important. So that's 2 tips in one. I'm sorry for throwing it out there at you like that, but honestly, you have to be mindful of what's most important to you. Like, for example, during my birthday week, you know, as much as I wanted, you know, as much as I love my job, as much as I love school and things of that sort, I was like, right now my mental health is most important. Right now I need to recharge, I need to celebrate life, I need to catch myself. Tiasha needs a break. And so, you know, I had to spend a few days or a day or two during the midterm break to just catch myself, you know. And then also too, I wanted to work on my spiritual health. And so as much as I had so many things that I could have been doing, like, you know, working or doing schoolwork, studying for tests that they were saying is coming up, you know, I said, you know what, Tiasha, no. What's most important, and I always try to stress this, your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, those things are or should be important in your life, more so than, you know, getting good grades on a test. Because at the end of the day, if you lose your mind and you go crazy, them grades, how them grades matter? You trying to tell me the doctor can save you because you get an A in your test? Really? Like, that make no sense. You know, you have to also be mindful that those grades, at the end of the day, they can get you into heaven. Like, I done been telling you all that they can get you into heaven. So you rather lose your mind, go crazy, you know, and die from stress or depression just because you was trying hard to get an A, when you could have been working on your spiritual health, when you could have just really let go and let God handle things. Come on. You know, so sometimes you just need a chance to take a moment and step back and really just catch yourself and really just reevaluate what's most important for you. And even sometimes, in some cases, when you're doing your trade-off, sometimes school might be the answer. You know, you may be deciding between socializing with friends, or let's just say maybe going to work or staying home to study for a test. You know, in that case, you may say, well, you know what, getting those couple dollars at work would be great, but right now I really have to do good on my test because I'm failing this class, or I'm not doing so well, and I really don't understand the material. So I need to take this moment, I need to take this day off to really catch up. So in some cases, yes, you may choose school, but like I say, it's important that you weigh out the consequences. What's most important? Are there any stringent deadlines? Is the assignment due tonight at 11:59? Do you need to take this day off? Do you need to cut some things out so that you can get that assignment done? Or, you know, some other trade-offs may be the fact that you may want the extra funds. You may be like, okay, well, I really need to go to work because I really have this certain thing to pay for at this date. So I think going to work, you may need those funds fast. So you may say, well, no, I really need to make those dollars. So I'm going to sacrifice this so that I can make those dollars because that particular thing that I'm trying to get or I'm trying to purchase at that moment, that's something that's more important than whatever this case may be. So you have to weigh out your consequences and you have to think about what's most important. Are there any deadlines? You know, you just have to think about things of that sort. And so I guess another tip would be to know your limits. And trust me, this is something that I'm still working on because I'm always adding more pressure to myself. Tiasha, for some reason, I need to learn how to say no. I need to know my limits. But sometimes I do know my limits. Sometimes I'm like, nope, I really can't take it. I'm sorry, I can't take it on. I can't do it. It's not going to work out. I really have too much going on. And so sometimes you just really have to take a step, take a minute to think about your limits. Is this too much? Is this going to stress me out? Can I handle this without losing my mind? And so there's a lot of things in my life right now I feel like I might have taken on, and I might need to take a step back because it might be too much pressure. But even when it comes to that point where you took it on already and you're trying to wonder, okay, how do I balance this without losing my mind? Trust me, we in the same boat, sis, because I be doing that on a daily basis, trying to figure out how I can make these things work. But that's why it's so important to plan your time and really say, well, okay, this time is set out for that, this time is set out for that. But lastly, it's important to set a time to rest. You may be so, you might be a hustler like me. Like, I just keep going and going and going. Every opportunity I take advantage of it. But you have to give yourself a chance to rest. Because if there's no you, then all these opportunities, all these things that you've been doing, do they really matter? If you lose your mind at the end of the day, you lose your mind, you go crazy and there's no more you. So you have to give yourself a chance to rest. You have to give yourself a chance to recharge. Because after going and going and going, you gonna need that time to get that energy back, because you don't want to go crazy, sis. And especially if you in college, if you working too, you don't want to go crazy. So always set a time for yourself to rest. Rest is so important because it helps you to take a break from the many stress that you have going on. And also too, when you take that moment to relax, clear your head, do something fun, go to the beach, Go eat if you like to eat. Go listen to music if you like to listen to music. Turn off your phone for a day if you have to. Whatever it is, take that moment to just, let go of all your problems. Just don't, just rest. Don't pressure yourself. Don't put more pressure on yourself. Just allow yourself to have that time to just relax. You need it. You need it, sis. We all need it. Just relax. You got this. And so, sis, bro, when things get tough, breathe, okay? Simply breathe. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. You got this, You got this. And at the end of the day, I always try to tell people this. Nobody holding no gun to your head. So at the end of the day, the choice is yours. If you feel like you can't take it on, don't take it on. If you feel like you could take it on, but also pray to God for discernment, because you don't want to get yourself into things that are going to stress you or that are going to bring you down, and God didn't even take you there, so also be mindful of that. Sometimes you may take so much things on that you're not even supposed to be taking on, so you setting yourself up to fail. And I'm glad these tips for y'all, but these tips for me too, because I need these tips myself. But yes, definitely take a moment to breathe, take a moment to pray, take a moment to think about what you are supposed to be doing in this season, because you can't do everything at once. And I know we always like to say that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Yes, definitely we can do all things through him who gives us strength. But it's important that we do the things that he wants us to do, and not things that we just want to do on our own will, on our own way, And so I also believe that God will never leave you nor forsake you. If you follow his guidance, you follow his path that he has set for you, you shall not fail. Even when times get rough, he will be there to guide you. He will be there to be your comforter. He will be there to be your peace. And so it's important to take that moment to even just, seek out to him and say, God, just show me the way, because this is getting overwhelming. I need you more than ever. And so I just want to leave you all with that. I hope that helps you to cope with balancing so much that you might have going on. I hope that that's a little bit of encouragement for you. And I hope to see you on another video where I give you another dose of some positivity. Love you all.